All right, you're back with Vileborg. We've been practicing the Spec Racer Ford. I was told we were silly because the Spec Racer Ford doesn't do anything to advance our class, and I shouldn't say I was told I was being silly. I should say I was told I could be focusing my energy in a better direction. So we've been working with the BMW uh, and we worked with it a little bit yesterday. So today's practice is going to be with the BMW. The current IMSA series is on Road America, which is what we're testing on. I doubt seriously, unless we can find something crazy uh, during the few study breaks I have today, if we'll actually make a race this week at Road America. Um, there's just, it's a long way to go. Learning a car and a track at the same time. And I mean, I'm happy with my progress, but it's not it's not good enough to be there yet. Anyway, off we go. If you're interested in the drinking game, for every corner I make it before I wreck, you have to take a drink. Don't worry, it won't be long. See, there you go. Two corners. Told you, you were fine. Oh, it's funny because I was working with Kama yesterday, and we were discussing, cars that I should learn and that kind of stuff. And I always seem to gravitate towards the cars that he seems to think are the hardest to learn, and he always seems to drive the cars that I think are the hardest to learn. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, we're off again. Yeah, I tend to understand cars that don't brake well, and yeah, so I kind of took to things that have straight line power and don't brake well, and he tends to take the things that turn well don't have straight line braking or don't have as much straight line speed. Uh, which this BMW technically doesn't have the same straight line speed, but it corners so much better than all the other cars. Because it corners so much better and you can carry the braking into the corner, you carry so much more momentum off. So, yeah, much faster, much looser setup too. Especially on cold tires, it's very touchy on cold tires. And I'm not very good at handling uh, touchy. Like I was practicing with the Ford GT yesterday, and the Ford GT is the setup is very tight. There's no rollover in the suspension, which is not good. No rollover in the suspension doesn't allow the car to absorb some of the side bite, so the car will start sliding after a certain point. But it also, the front end tends to hook better into the corners. Um, Whereas this thing has, a lot of uh, This is a lot softer suspension, so it tends to roll over and it tends to take the corners better. So I'm okay with stiff suspension because I'll just slide it sideways. I don't care. Reason I think it's easier to drive those because I'm a newbie and uh, it's a lot easier for me to slide a car sideways than it is to learn to deal with a looser but faster race car. Yeah, so like the GTE, you have to get all your braking done before the current turn. You not take the brake into the turn. And you're like, well, you just turned under braking and the car snapped around. Yeah, that's because this thing's loose. Once the tire pressures get all the way up, it will be a lot better. The trick to that is I gotta make it about 3 laps to get the tires warmed up. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how nice the car is after 3 laps if you don't make it 3 laps. Which is a challenge for me because I don't know how to take my foot off the gas when I need to. I'm very bad about that. Time I figured out where the reverse was, I need to hook up the shifter. Really, when you get up to this class, you really should start using a shifter. Hey, we successfully completed a pair of laps. Hey, that one actually got timed. I don't want to talk about it, but it got timed. Yeah, the other thing I was talking to when I was talking to Kama is he was saying that, you know, uh, the way that we were talking about it and the way this track goes, you don't have the transmission to help you slow down. Uh, the braking pattern for this track draws you into the inside of the turn so that you don't have as good a apex coming off. So like there, the banking of the turn, because I was braking, was starting to draw me in. Understeer, man. Let's look at the setup a little bit. There's some things I just don't like about this car. Hmm. It's weird. The anti-roll bars. Oh, this is the qualifying setup? What? Alright, yeah, I know why it was disconnected now. And I know why I don't like it disconnected. The disconnected helps it turn more. The problem is it's so loose. It's out of control. For me. So we hooked it back up even with it being soft. It's still, the car doesn't seem to turn as well. The back end is quicker to snap around. I understand why they have it disconnected, but yeah. They have it disconnected to help create turning with this car. Just in a neutral position, this thing has more front weight than it has rear weight, or more rear weight than front weight. There's more weight on the rear tires than there is on the front, uh, which helps the rear end stay under the car. It's pretty balanced though. Like if we change the tire pressure, if we went up in the rear, it should add to the front pressure. So like if you go over here, it did not apply until. Yeah, technically, because the tire pressure should make the tire stand up taller, unless it's just so low, it doesn't matter. Let's try something. I don't think you ever want those up around 30, but We're trying something. Yeah, see, with those tires jacked up that much, it should have raised the rear of the vehicle, which should have pushed some of the weight forward on the front tires. So that's really weird. It is affecting the ride height. It just isn't affecting the weight shift. It's really weird. It's also not affecting the ride height. Anyway, let's we're back to pretty much the base setup, so let's work with this a little. Oh, I didn't even notice that. We have our tire pressure right there. So let's just let's ride a couple of laps. We'll brake a little early. We'll take it easy until tire pressures get built up. I don't know what they would get built up to though. I guess I could probably Google it. I forgot to brake early. My bad. Obviously, we don't want to go this slow under race conditions. Yay! Enough. Alright, so that's one lap. Temperatures are up 1.3, 1.4 on the left side, and they're still kind of low on the right side. I'm guessing we're doing more right hands than left hands. Let's see, that's 2 rights. I'm sure we got a bunch of lefts coming up in here. That's a left. Still have no idea what I'm hooking there. That I'm hitting some part of the track that's causing me to spin, and I haven't figured out what it is. I don't remember hitting a spot on the track that caused us to spin like that before. Okay, so that was 3 rights, 2 lefts. Just make it 3 and 3. Four and 3. 5 and 3. There's a reason it's important. Get to that in a minute. Six and 3. Seven and 3. So yeah, what we should do is should probably skew the camber to help a little bit with there being 7 right-hand turns. We'll sacrifice those 7 and give us an advantage, or 3, give us an advantage in the other 7. There is one nasty left-hand turn though, so we have to be extra super careful with. So we're actually already having to be extra super careful with because it's eating our lunch anyway. We'd have to be really super careful if we stack the car against it. But it would help all the other corners, including a couple of corners that are really high speed. It'd also probably help us in this corner, honestly. One of the problems we're having in that corner is the fact that it drifts towards the inside. So if the car pulled a little bit to the other side, it would probably help a lot. You don't want to do too much because you'll kill your straight line speed doing it, but all these corners, we'd be able to take them all faster. All the right-handers. With this one, we could pretty much stay full throttle all the way around if we had some right-hand acumen. And this one, I mean, if you hit that right, you can stay in it full anyway, but it would give us more room. We wouldn't be pushing curb to curb, and if you drop a wheel off, you go around. There's no questions. This is a nasty curb, so it would help with that. Our air pressures are starting to come up, so that's good. We're not running great laps, but our air pressure is coming up. Hey, look, we're making trips around. Oh yeah, but you're 20 seconds off the pace. That doesn't really help. Yeah, the tires are warmed up, so we should start putting some pressure on the lap times. You know, I wonder if we come in at this angle. Oh, we just spin the car. Like, hey, if we force angle to the outside, I wonder if that'll help. Nope. Just causes, yeah. I think I figured it out. We're braking so early that we're braking on the apex, so when the car gets unloaded by the top of the hill, it's causing us to spin. Cold tires again. Yeah, we just waited a little bit later to hit the brake. That way we're not on the top of the hill. We could probably let off, go up the hill and then hit the brake a little later. That'd probably help a lot. Your mom's gotta slow down. Let's play with that uh camera. Alright, we got negative. Yeah, we were having outer edge wear pretty badly. Which means we were cambered in too much. Yeah, let's go with half. Yeah, it's definitely tighter on the right turn. Aye! Shut it down, you crazy. It means we gotta be extra super careful in these left-hand turns though, because the deck's stacked against us already. There's 3 lefts in this course. We gotta be extra super careful. And we need to not hit that. I think we just need to let off sooner. And then brake a little later. These right-hand turns should be, yeah, they're definitely a lot easier. Yeah, we need to be careful with those. But like this, you should be able to hold just about, just as long as I don't oversteer into it. Okay, not quite that much. We need more camber. We may. I mean, we only gave ourselves a slight advantage. Hey, crazies. Nothing was going on. You had to jump up and run that way and just start barking at them. You know what they call that? Psychotic. So unfortunately, you know, slowing the camber in our favor doesn't make me a better driver. I have Road of America qualifying on my TV in my room. But I didn't overcook the turn. You overcooked the turn. Again, we have to be careful because we have no right turn ability. We've actually negative steering on that. I need to be careful on these left-hand turns because did I go the wrong way with that camber? Or is it just the fact that my tires are so cold? I gotta remember the tires are cold. Either that or I can jack the tires up. Yeah, the tires are cold. Just thought you ought to know. Ooh, I hate cold tires. Alright, so we straightened out our right rear tire, right? Or was that a left rear that I straightened out? I'll have to look. I think we straightened out the right rear tire, so it should be pulling... Oh, shit. Pulling to the left. Oh, man. A dumbass. I actually did it backwards. That's why this turn got worse. Alright, let's go fix it. Yeah, we did that backwards. This one's pointed, this right one's pointed. Oh, this is the front. Well, it wouldn't hurt to do it on both sides. So this one's sloped more inward. So the car will pull to the right. Whereas when this one was actually sloped more and this one was more straight up, it would cause the car to pull more towards the left. So it was causing kinds of weird shit. It's actually pulling us the wrong way. Let's take this down to 3.3. I don't know what this path means. Where are we? Where's the corner weight high on that side? Oh, that's a drag tire. We want the corner weight to be higher on that side. Because we shifted our ride height when we straightened those out. We probably want more weight over here, actually. If we go up on the spring rate on this side. Yeah. That looks pretty balanced. So let's go with that. Let's see what that looks like. Our weights are pretty well balanced, but we do have a slight camber adjustment to help us turn right. So let's see how it works. The only thing we have to be careful of is if we did it right, now we're going to have problems with these left-hand turns. Yeah, we need to figure out what's doing that. That's annoying. Oh, yeah. That was so easy to take that turn. Oh, that was so nice. Oh, I gotta climb. Shit. I don't know setups too well, but I know enough to, like, cause problems. You know enough to tinker with the setup to get more of what I want out of it, but I don't know. I don't know the whole ins and outs of how to make a good setup. Alright, we're gonna take off. And we definitely have a little bit more left hand brake steer. Or have a little bit more control with the left hand steer there. Or right hand steer, I mean. That doesn't mean we can go all out here though. That means we will be doing better with it. Like I can feel, you know, it easier to carry that. Oh. I took a bad angle on that turn. And I ate it. I knew I was taking a bad angle, and my brain was like, hey, we can make this. We got extra steer in the car. It's like in that movie, You Should Not Be Named, and where the guy's like, yeah, I put a special set of stickers on it. This car will stick. And the guy's like, oh, okay, cool. I trust you. And then he drives it off into the corner, and it sticks. And uh, the guy's like, yeah, in the interview, and he's like, yeah, the guy put an extra set of sticks on the car, and that's why it stuck, and I knew it would, and, you know, he said it would, and then they're like, asking the guy, they're like, hey, what kind of special sticks did you put on this car? Like, hey, you cheated. And he's like, I didn't do nothing. Basically, just lied to him so he would drive it off into the corner. Just shut up, drive. Uh, just do your job. One thing I have to be careful with is it's so loose going right. I could actually overturn. But yeah, I don't. I got a lot more play on those rights than I did. Good stuff. I probably could have turned way before I did. Oh yeah, I just took a shallower angle. I didn't come up on that side. Yeah, I mean, I know I got extra steer, but I'm still having problems trusting it on something like that where there's no real bail if I mess up. $216. Tire pressures have come up now too. I'm learning this car backwards from how I usually learn cars. I'm usually like, let's wreck every turn until we get it perfect. And this one I'm like, going through the curves and then trying to get better at each curve as I go. I need to figure out that turn. I don't know that turn at all. This car is much easier to handle when the tire pressures are up. See, that's the turn that really the brake pulls you in. Like on automatic transmission, it just kind of sucks you into that side. So we turned at 212 last turn, or last lap. Oops, somebody wrecked. I'm watching IMSA qualifying at Road America on the big screen. Ooh, I'm late. Oh, I got away with it. No, I didn't. It's like, oh, I got away with it. No, I didn't. Oh, new tires. We're gonna come out, we're gonna jack up our tire pressure. Put them at like 23. Something like that. That way we could really overcook the tires. We were doing so good on that turn, and then I just decided, oh, tack on it. Instead of pulling back onto the track, I said, oh, I'll just dirt track this. I'll get back in it. So I got back in it, and got back in it. It pulled it even further off road, and then when I steered to correct that, it caught and jumped us back across the road. Well, it's a good thing we made it a turn. Man, these longer tracks takes too damn long. It's like practicing at Nuremberg. You get like a lap, and it's 10 minutes. You know, it's like a 5-lap practice session is 50 minutes. Hello. Is that absolutely necessary? Let's just drive in circles. A lot to learn about the car, a lot to learn about the track, and green as can be. I made it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think this car is a little outside my skill level. There's a couple of things that I need to do to make this car worthwhile. One of which is I need a gear shifter. The gear shifter will help with a lot of the over braking and the spinning and stuff. And there's a couple of turns that really you can't do well on this course with the with the gear shifter. Hey, soft tires. Remember the thing where I said I was going to brake early on soft tires, and yeah, oops, my bad. Alright, I guess we'll do a couple more laps, see how it goes. I totally missed that turn. Again. Yeah, I mean, our fastest lap was 2:12, and that's still, like, it's 5 seconds off, like, the bulk of the pack. And that's still, a good 8 seconds off, you know, the top 5, roughly. Top 5 runners, I would guess. Fast people. And then that's another, like, total 10 seconds behind the aliens. The people that are running, like, crazy laps. Air pressures are almost there. A little overcautious on that turn, I think. Tire pressures are up, so we kind of give this lap a run. See how it goes. Ooh, it's a weird how much it transitions on full or fat tires. We definitely lost some turn back to the right. This car and I do not speak well. I'm attempting to learn its language, but we just do not see eye to eye. No! We really need to cut this short. This side is wearing pretty evenly. This side is not wearing evenly at all. Wearing the inside of the tire a lot. Well, also, yeah, the inside of the tire is getting too much temperature. Means we're riding on the inside of that tire. Too much. Let's take the camera back in a couple of clicks. Basically means we're not riding on enough of the tire. Weight distribution is still pretty close. So, oh, we were gonna. All right, we took our tire pressures up. Reason is I wanted a couple of laps with tire pressures already up, so I don't have to wait for them to come up. It basically means they'll overcook themselves. It didn't seem to do a whole lot of good. I really need, if I wanted to get a race in this week, I really need to spend time in the Spec Racer Ford to finish off Phillip Island. But I don't think I'm going to get time in this week to do a race. Just don't have the time. Oh, that spinning, I was really hard on the brakes. I don't think I need to be that hard on the brakes right there. No, the reason we're heating up that side of the tire is we're not making full contact with the tire all the way across the tread. So we're heating up the tire. So we actually had too much camera difference. It's causing the tire to run on the inside of the tire. She's wearing the tread over there, and it was causing the tire to heat up. It's kind of a catch-22. Eventually, the tire would have worn down to the right slope for the road I was running. And eventually, more of that tire would have started contacting the road. But it might have taken like 10 laps or something, and you don't want to wait 10 laps for your stuff to contact the road. See, if I just go easy on the brake here, and then if I need to, I go a little bit harder up top, it's fine. But if I just, with the way I was going hard on the brake, when the car unloaded, it was just turning. Basically, I was locking up the brakes, and then, I was helping lock them up. Probably don't need to lift as much there, but I would rather get a lap or two in than not get a lap or two in, so I was being extra cautious. Ooh, no. Screw you, we're not hitting that barrier. I managed to get the car sideways enough to where I could start accelerating to push away from the barrier. I did not want to wreck again. There's a while I thought I had that turn figured out, but I apparently do not. Our temperatures are really hot right now. How many laps have we been out? One? Temperature's already shot up 2 degrees. Or the pressure's already shot up 2. It's not degrees, it's the volume measurement. I know why that is. I just can't explain it. As the pressure goes up, it takes less it starts compacting the air at a faster rate, or the air gets compacted at a faster rate, or something to that effect. Like if a tire is flat and you put some air into it, you probably won't have as much overall pressure inside but if the pressure is already high and you put the same volume air in, it'll increase the pressure quite significantly. So as the volume goes up, the pressure goes up. It's not like you put 5 pounds of air in it and it goes, actually it is. What am I saying? Ugh. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know how to say it. I guess is what I'm saying. Think of a tire has a capacity of 25 pounds, and you put 5 pounds in it, then the pressure goes up to 20%, right? But if you have 20 pounds in there, and you put another 5 pounds in there, it still goes up the same amount. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think it's like pounds per square inch. So if you put like 5 pounds in a 20-pound volume, you got like 0.25 per thing. But if you put 20 in, it could just be wrong. That has happened before. And our air pressures are cooking. It does feel like we're kind of glassy. Like feels like we're kind of skating on glass a little. That means it's good news for you guys, because I'll wreck soon. That turned a 115 last time. Basically the same thing. Yeah, my tire pressures are way too high now. Yeah. This thing is so night and day for the tire temperatures. I have to get used to being able to push it a little bit more when the tire temperatures come up. I'm so skittish because I spend so much time on cold tires. Like the tires are overcooked right now, so I mean, I'm still, uh, I'm having to be cautious with them, but for a different reason. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of extra wear on the left side of the tires, so they're obviously heating up more. You probably, in my case, I probably want to start them a pound down. Uh, to help uh, so that, like, right now it's shifting the weight because those are probably running taller. I don't know that I don't know that they're specifically doing that in iRacing, but like technically, with the left side being higher, it's probably causing the left side of the car to be higher than the right side, so it would be unbalancing the weight. But I don't know. Oh man, we were way over time. I was only gonna run for like 40 minutes, and I'm already an hour and some in, and I'm running laps on overheated tires. So we need to be easy on the brake coming across the top of that ridge. And then once we get flat on the top, then we can start like heavy braking. Alright, one more lap. We're running good consistent laps. Unfortunately, they're good, consistent, and slow. That's the end of our practice session. It's good that we're getting laps in. It's not good that we're that slow. Let's look at like some tire data. Yeah, see, when we took it up though, we started wearing inside the tire more because they were overinflated. Hmm. All right. There's a whole set of stuff with livery of the car and the track. If you're not reaching your high RPM band, you can actually run a smaller tire to help you keep the RPMs up. If you're reaching your RPM band too much, you can actually run a taller tire with a stiffer sidewall, and it'll give you uh, more revolutions per more. It'll give you more top end speed and slow down your revolutions. Anyway, we're done. That's it. See you guys next time. We ran way over. Got studying to do. Catch you guys later.